Good morning. What did my mom used to sing us? It's time to get up this morning. Time to start our day. It's time to get up this morning. Time to be on our way. Hey, my mom used to sing that to me when she woke us up in the morning and asked me how much I loved it. Then I didn't. Ask me how often she did it, that I still remember it. I'm singing it to you this morning. Oh, good morning. My name is Kate Frautschy. I am the Director of Student Success for HoopYogini worldwide. I am also a certified HoopYogini instructor and mentor. I am also a 200-hour registered yoga teacher, published author, and just lover of life. I'm here to share a HoopYogini practice with you this morning. And yeah, this practice was prompted, and we'll just go ahead and give a shout out. This practice was prompted by Recovery Con 2021. So the Sauk Valley Voices of Recovery out of Sterling, Dixon area in Illinois is holding a huge conference this weekend called Recovery Con. And it is full of amazing speakers and movement facilitators like myself, comedians, people who have been in recovery and have things to share. And so that is a piece of my journey. Is I am I've been sober for almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years. Wait, we just did celebrate Labor Day. Holy shit. It's been 3 years. Congratulations to me. So part of my sobriety journey has been finding my center through a moving meditation. My mind works a lot, very fast, very quickly, always thoughts. And you know, that's really common for people who come to recovery, is that, you know, we have racing minds. We have a lot going on up here. And so part of that drinking was to kind of quiet and numb some things. But through yoga and through the HoopYogini practice, I've found a much healthier way to come back to myself. Because even when I drank it, I wasn't coming back to myself, I was running away from myself, right? So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to that. That's why I'm doing this pop-up HoopYogini Root Down, Rise Up class. I was asked to be a part of that. And so there's this beautiful online platform that they have. And so yeah, just really happy to be a part of that. Really happy to be sharing the HoopYogini practice in honor of that this weekend. And also just really happy to be here to record another class for you, whoever is watching. Because you're here for a reason, right? You showed up because you care about yourself and you want to continue to nourish and honor your body, your mind, and your soul. So good job. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of you too. So that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about what we're doing this morning. And on a personal note, I was really hoping to be a little bit better put together this morning. But we had a beautiful bachelorette party last night for a dear sister of mine. And we laughed, we played games, we had s'mores, we stayed up until like 1. So I am just a little bit slow this morning. But the cool thing about that was I thought, man, I'm going to be tired. And then I thought, at least you're not going to be hungover. So today I am grateful for my journey in sobriety. I am grateful that I decided to find myself, uncover the layers and layers and layers, to uncover a more authentic version of myself. And here I stand today, probably about 60, 70 pounds lighter. I at one point weighed over 200 pounds, which is a lot for my frame. And yeah, and so not only have I had a lot of physical transformation, but I've had a lot of internal transformation as well. So as I stand here today and share this class with you, I just want you to know that wherever you're at, continue to find what lights you up, continue to find the things that nourish you, and continue to find those spaces where you and all of you is welcome and loved and supported and witnessed, because those spaces are out there. I have found them for myself, and I know that you can find them too. And I hold that space. So if you're looking for that space, we have lots of different things like the Bat Cave, like these live classes, and just reaching out via private messenger. So a little bit longer intro than usual, but I felt that that was necessary this morning. So let's go ahead and begin our practice. As you begin the HoopYogini practice, let me tell you a little bit about the HoopYogini practice. If you have a hoop, go ahead and step into the center of your hoop. If you don't have a hoop, that's okay too. If you've never done yoga, that's okay. If you've never hula hooped, that's okay. If it's been 40 plus years since you hula hooped, that's okay too, because we're not going to waste hoop today. Okay. The HoopYogini practice, and much of what we'll do today, is the Spinal Awakening series. It's a standing 6 posture flow, tones the core, strengthens the spine, alleviates physical and mental tension, and then also adding the hoop to some familiar hatha yoga poses. Throughout the practice, there will be an emphasis on your breath. So always make sure that you're coming back to that breath. And of course, I'm offering guidance through this practice today, but you are in your body and you are in charge of your practice. So if there's anything that doesn't feel right, anything that just isn't available for you today, make the proper adjustments, make the practice your own. If you just stand in the center of the hoop today and listen to my voice and breathe, that's beautiful. That's perfect. That's exactly what you needed. So make sure that you're making this practice your own, set an intention to be fully present and aware in your practice, and let's go ahead and begin. So centered pose, step back here so you can see a little bit. Yeah, and then readjust here, bring y'all a little bit closer. See my feet, there, okay. So you're standing in the center of your hoop. Your feet are hip width distance apart. And no, that's not super far. That's not even this far. That's actually only this far apart. And the way that you can check that is by taking your fists, sticking your thumbs together with your fists, and then placing it in between your feet. And see, I actually need a little bit more space there. Perfect. So now you know what hip width distance feels like. Keep your feet in that plane, but then just go ahead and rock the feet. Rock back and forth, toe to heel, just to feel what it feels like. And then rooting into the center of your personal universe by rooting into your feet. Take an inhale and exhale down into the earth, past the feet, into the support beneath you. If you notice, I've already bent my knees, so go ahead and bring a gentle bend into the knees to activate the muscles in your legs, and then go ahead and tuck the pelvis. So this looks like from the side. You have your knees bent. Notice my butt's kind of, your butt might arch or whatever. Tuck that pelvis under. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm going to align myself. Notice I was lean back, so I'm going to align myself. And then I'm going to bring my heart over my hips. Okay. And so that's what it should look like in the back. So no arched back. Tuck that pelvis, align the heart over the hips. Beautiful. So you're building your centered pose here. You're activating, you're tucking the pelvis towards the core, and the core is zipping up towards the heart. And then roll the shoulders up and back, just sort of kind of relax them down the back, plug them in a little bit so that the heart is shining. So now that you've built yourself up into centered pose, the posture of present moment awareness, your chin is parallel with the earth. Check in with your ears. Are they in the same plane as the shoulders? Crown is open and receiving, reaching towards the sky. Here is where we tap into the breath, that magic breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Rooting into the breath and your centered pose, noticing what kind of activations happen within your body. As you're breathing here in centered pose, gently close your eyes. And as you are rooted here in centered pose, I'm going to offer a little bit of sound bowl and a reading. So stay here, standing, breathing, rooting. Infinite expansion, my midwife spoke as she gazed deeply into my eyes. I was beginning to doubt myself. I was there, right in that place during birth when you want to run away, where it feels like if you don't go to the place you are so much avoiding, you'll be lost forever. Infinite expansion. She spoke the words again, but this time with her soul. Then I felt it. I thought that birth surge would split me in two, but I breathed her words into me and let them vibrate into the universe. As I expanded and I birthed and I healed. As we walk into the space that we are afraid, so afraid to be trapped, afraid of losing ourselves, we must remember these two words, infinite expansion. Despite our fears, we can go there, can still breathe and allow our souls to expand there. That is our gift as women. We plant the seeds and heal ourselves and our Mama Earth. That is the birth energy we have deep inside, hidden, where only the strongest contractions can beckon it out of us. The world has been working hard on us lately, hasn't it? The contractions are getting stronger. The easiness of breath that we once had now requires work and attention. We could get lost in this darkness, this political climate, this environment that no longer suits us, this busy world that squeezes our spirits so tightly that we just want to give them up altogether. We could stay here, but we won't. It's time to expand. We will remember the words of this midwife, of all the midwives who taught us that in this place, in this darkness, we can find our strength. This is our birthright. This is where we heal. This is the place of infinite expansion. As you stand in your centered pose, receiving, breathing, take a few more inhales and exhales, rooted in the center of your personal universe now, fully arrived for your practice today. Moving on to a move called breathing lifts. You inhale your hoop upwards, relax the shoulders, lower the hoop down. Inhaling the hoop up, exhale the hoop down. Make sure you keep the lower body in your centered pose so the knees are still bent, the pelvis is still tucked. You're lifting as you inhale, exhale, lower. You can keep the eyes closed for breathing lifts. As you inhale and exhale, feel the perimeter of your hoop, creating a portal. The portal to what? I don't know. You tell me. Breathe in and breathe out. Stand rooted in the center of your personal universe. And as you imagine this portal, what do you see? There's no right or wrong. Continue these breathing lifts with your pelvis tucked towards the navel, your feet rooted, the knees bent. Lift the hoop, reach up, stretch up, relax the shoulders. Exhale, lower down. Continue with your breathing lifts. I'd like to share another reading with you. Arrival of the goddess for the emotionally overdressed. So as you're listening and receiving this beautiful poem, your inhale brings the hoop up, your exhale brings the hoop down. Oh my, what a heavy overcoat of agitation. You must be hot and bothered. May I take that and hang it up over there? Ah, now I see that hat, scarf, and gloves, the worries that scratch and itch and make it difficult to touch small things. May I store them over there? See if you'll imagine yourself kind of taking these things off. Still a little flushed, I see. May I help you with the buttons on that angry sweater? There, I bet that feels better. Let's just put it over there. Imagine taking off that angry sweater, sending it over there. Oh, that is really expensive looking jewelry of self-doubt. Oh, what a fearfully large watch. Still, without them, you look even more beautiful. And they won't be scratching the ones you're embracing. Let's go inside now and see what else you might remove to feel more free. Continue your breathing lifts, removing the angry sweater, removing the scratchy hats, removing the worries and the doubts, creating this beautiful portal of Sthira Sukha, equal amounts of effort and ease. Creating a still and quiet place here in the center of your personal universe by taking all of those things off. Pause up top once you get there. So your hands will be up on the hoop just like that. Knees will be bent. Moving on to side arch flow. Relaxing the shoulders and arching to the side. So notice how my hip doesn't go out. Notice how I stay rooted in the lower body in that centered pose. Core is engaged and then arching to the side. Opening up the side body, looking up, and then inhale up to center. Exhale. Oh, yes. I love this. This feels so good in the morning. Inhale up, exhale, arch. Inhale up, exhale, arch. You might notice that I kind of turn that way. See if you can stay turned open. So keeping that top shoulder blade kind of open. Each time you come up, relax the shoulders down. As you navigate change, as you continue to come to your practices in order to navigate change, that's been a challenge that I've been a part of this week through HoopYogini. We did a 6-day navigating change challenge. Each day there was a pose and a question. So there's been a lot of reflection about navigating change and how the only thing that we can count on is change. So these side arch flows allow you to remain relaxed and strong through the shoulders, but open to those possibilities that we may not see yet. Open to things maybe working out a little differently than maybe we had planned, but knowing that that is the divine plan. Surrendering with love into love to that plan and staying rooted and grounded in your practice is the way that navigating change can be a practice of Sthira Sukha, a practice of effort and ease, equal amounts of effort and ease. Steady, strong, relaxed, and happy. Inhale the hoop up. Take the legs nice and wide. And you're kind of pointing the knee and the toe outwards in kind of this nice direction. Hoop is up overhead, and you're holding the hoop on the inside still. And this is just a wide leg back bend. So you're just arching back. And if you have shoulder issues, if you need to do one and then the other, do that. Or if you just need to let go of the hoop altogether to get it, do that. Anyways, so you're just gonna bring the hoop back, root and engage the core, looking up, opening, and then folding forward into a wide-legged forward fold, resting the hoop on your shoulders or your back, wherever it lands, and then inhale and exhale and kind of let that upper body release from those side arch flows and from your breathing lifts. Make sure there's some fluidity in the knees, rooting down into the feet. A few good inhales and exhales. Take the hoop at 3 and 9 and extend your arms out in front of you. So now you're in like a halfway lift. You're engaged the core and you're drawing the tailbone back, you're drawing the shoulders back. And the hoop is kind of being used as a prop. Roll the hoop side to side, engaging the core, and then roll the hoop all the way to the left. Turn your left toes out, keeping the right foot open. Check your foundation, take that back foot a little bit further away so you can have this nice triangle foundation. That's where we're headed. So that front left heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. This right hip is starting to open up as you roll the hoop outwards, holding it at 9 or noon, but not pushing on it. Just gently using it as a prop. And then finally open up that top shoulder and reach the hand up to the sky. You're rooting down into the feet, okay? Really push down into the feet and engage the core and reach up towards the sky. Now, if this is really, really intense for you, go ahead and bring your hand behind the back if you'd like to, or if you need to do a little rotation, you can inhale and bring it up. Just make sure that if you're feeling any kind of bend, not bend, but really pulling, stretching, bring a little gentle bend into that front knee to protect it. Inhale, and then exhale, turn the heart towards the earth, bring the hoop towards you so the opening is facing you, and then roll back to center, turning those toes in, sending the hips backwards, keeping the core engaged, forward fold. Woo-wee! It really gives the core and the lower back some activation. So make sure that you're breathing and kind of releasing through those spaces as we're taking this counter pose. Grab the hoop at 3 and 9, extend the arms out again. We're going to the other side. So start to kind of roll the hoop side to side as you're rooted into the feet. And then roll it all the way out. Step the feet back. Get yourself lined up for your triangle on this side. Heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Right toes forward. Left toes are 45-degree angle. Both legs are straight. Turning that bottom, that left hip joint open this time. Rolling the hoop out and then finding your triangle. Okay? This is a little intense. This gets your body burning, get things going. You're gonna pretend like you're gonna slide yourself in between 2 panes of glass. And I'm noticing that I'm kind of like leaning forward. So I'm gonna engage my core, lean a little bit more forward, slide myself in between the panes of glass. And then as you exhale, turning the hoop towards you, turning your heart towards the earth, and then rolling back to center and returning to that forward fold. Woo, breathe in and breathe out. Notice how your body and your muscles and your blood just all started pumping and going with that challenge. Give yourself a little bit of acknowledgement. Using the fingertips to rest into the earth, heel, toe, your feet closer together. Grab your hoop at 3 and 9 and then push down through the feet to roll up. Inhale the shoulders up and back. Shake the legs out. Find your centered pose. From your centered pose, rooting down through the feet, hip width distance apart. Hands are at 3 and 9 on the hoop, parallel with the floor. Knees are bent, pelvis is tucked, zipping the pelvis up towards the navel up towards the heart, aligning the heart over the hips, rooting down into your central column, and rooting down into the center of your personal universe. Inhale and exhale. Take a moment of observation, not fixing anything, not changing anything, just observing what's going on within your body. Noticing that my heart is definitely pumping. Notice that my energy is a little bit more awake now. Notice that I'm very focused in this practice. There's no space within the center of my personal universe here for anything else besides breath and movement. I'll give you a few breath cycles just to feel whatever you feel for yourself within your own personal universe. And then inhale the hoop up overhead. Step the feet out wide just like you had it before. This time we're doing something called around the world. So this is an extension of the side arch flow. So you're gonna arch sideways and then bring it all the way down. Keeping the arms extended. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Bringing the hoop up, engaging the core, really fully extending. And then exhale, bending the knees, tucking the navel towards the spine. Yeah, around the world. And now I have that song. Around the world, around the world. I think the Chili Peppers sang a song like that too. Or maybe that is the Chili Peppers. I don't know. I can't access that piece of my brain right now because this feels really good. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and come back up to top and then switch directions. Oh my gosh, guys, this is like one of my favorite pieces of the entire HoopYogini practice. Is this around the world. It really opens up the spine. It really engages the body in a gentle way. And it also creates, I always like to think about it, creating this little like biosphere of love all around me, where nothing less than love can come in, nothing less than love can go out. Setting that intention gets my heart pumping. Feel my aliveness. Inhale up and pause. Step the feet together to hip width distance apart. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Switch your grip to the outside of the hoop. Reaching the arms up and relaxing the shoulders. Okay, so as we're going into chair pose with our hoop. So as you have your arms extended up overhead, relax the shoulders down. Make sure your feet are that hip width distance apart. And then start to sit into your chair. Your knees should not go over the toes. So if you're going like this, not good. If you're feeling a stretch here in the front, it's not right. So really pushing the weight into the heels and the bum, keeping the spine aligned and the shoulders relaxed. And you can also push your pinkies into the hoop a little bit, but make sure you're breathing. You can also bring the hoop in front of you, or you can kind of lean backwards into it like that, creating a straight back in that manner. Inhale and exhale. We're just going to be here to activate Feel the heat. Hold it one breath longer than what you think you can. That tapas, that self-discipline. It's a piece of the limbs of yoga. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale, lift the hoop up overhead, and then exhale into a really, oh my God, juicy forward fold. Hell yes. Oh, inhale and exhale, shake out whatever is wanting to go, tension within the body, tension within the spirit. I guess not within the spirit, but within the energy. Push down through the feet, grab the hoop, and go ahead and root to rise up. I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink, because we're getting intense here. You should stay hydrated too. Drink break. Okay, awesome. You're doing great. There's no judgments in the hoop. No judgments. We drop the judgments. We drop into the now moment. We drop into that space where all is well, if anything is possible. Let's return to that space in the centered pose here, rooting the feet down into the center of your personal universe so that you can bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, line the heart over the hips, find your centered pose. Find that quiet and still place within the center of your personal universe where you can breathe and be. Take a few breathing lifts here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift through the nose. Exhale, out the mouth. Inhale the hoop up overhead. We're moving on to what I call a little warrior dance. So step the feet out wide again. Turn the right toes out to the side. Keeping the left toes at a 45-degree angle, maybe separating them a little bit more. This time bringing a bend into that front right knee. And then adjusting here so that the heel is in line with the arch to the back foot. You're putting the weight into the outer edge of the back foot. And when your knee is bent, your knee is not leaning in, your knee is in this nice line, and then the knee is in line with the ankle as well, okay? So your hoop is up overhead, your torso is turned and facing out, finding goddess arms. So goalpost arms, pushing the hands to the inside of the hoop, relaxing the shoulders down and engaging. Plugging them in, engaging the core, rooting into this warrior two with goddess arms. Inhale and exhale. Take a peaceful warrior. So this can be done one of two ways. You can take your left hand, slide it down your thigh, or reach the hoop up overhead, or reach your hand up overhead as you kind of arch backwards. Or you can keep a hold of the hoop like this, and you can rotate the hoop so the left hand goes behind and the right hand goes over. You create this beautiful shape. Inhale and exhale, engage through the core to protect the lower back. Keep that bend in the knee, stay rooted through the feet, and then come back to goddess. All right, go ahead and turn the right toe in so that you're still wide-legged, but again, your toes are pointed out. So point the toes out just a little bit more, keep the goddess arms, and start to lower into a goddess squat. So the tailbone is pointed down, you're kind of squeezing through the legs. I always like kind of think about squeezing the back of the body towards each other. Whoa. Root down into the feet. This goddess plie is no joke. Inhale, straighten the legs, and then turn the right toes in, but keep the left toes pointed out, and then start to separate so that you can find your foundation and warrior on the other side. So bending into the left knee, rooting into the outer edge, that back left foot. So you can see my feet there. There we go. Heels in line with the arch of the foot. Oh, starting to feel this activation this morning. Make sure you have that beautiful alignment before you find your goddess arms. Inhale and exhale. And then rotate to your peaceful warrior, whatever that looks like. Yes, breathe in and breathe out. Feel the challenge in your body. Stay aligned and rooted. And then rotate back. Turn the left toes in. Heel toe, excuse me, the feet together. Hoop is lifted up overhead. Oh, lower it down. Shake it out a little bit. Rooting the feet down into centered pose. Bending the knees, tucking the pelvis, heart aligns over the hips. Returning to centered pose for a moment to take another observation. Notice what's going on in your body now. Can you feel your aliveness? Moving on to centered twists. Centered twist looks like this. You step your right foot out, point the opposite toe, so you're pointing your left toe and turning with the horizon. Stepping to the left, turning to the left, pointing the right toe. Step and turn and point. So it looks like that. You take your time in finding your rhythm because the breath is in, out, in, out. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Take whatever pace is appropriate for you. If this pace that I have right now is too fast, slow down, okay? Or if you like really need to have some speed, speed up. But listen to your body, follow the horizon with your gaze so you don't get dizzy, and make sure that you slow down if you sense any signs of warning, okay? Awesome. Again, building that tapas, that inner fire, burning away impurities. Also on a physical level, releasing through the spine, creating a nice digestive massage throughout the abdominals, releasing those hip flexors. I love center twists so much. All right, keep going, just a few more. Oh my, it's a good way to get your nose cleared out too, I guess, huh? Should be in through the nose and out through the nose, speaking of. And then go ahead and plant the feet, but let the hoop have the momentum. Let it flow, let yourself kind of roll back and forth with it. Move in any ways that feel good right now. So maybe it just feels good to roll the hoop around. Maybe it feels good to sway a little bit and move the hips and whatever. Close your eyes, let yourself be in the center of your personal universe and move your body in the ways that your body wants to move without thinking about it. And then take a few breaths and find your way back to stillness, back to centered pose. As we're here in centered pose, I'd like to offer up the Usui Reiki principles as a way to set an intention for the day, for the week, for the month, or just an intention for moving forward. As you root into your centered pose, bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, roll the shoulders up and back. Just for today, we will not be angry. Just for today, we will not worry. Just for today, we will be kind to every living thing. Just for today, we will do our work honestly. And just for today, we will be grateful. Lift the hoop up. Bring the hoop in front of you and let's root into these intentions with tree. Placing the hoop in between your thumb and your first finger into prayer position like you would as you start tree. Root into your left foot first. So we'll start with the left foot. Pad back and forth, bounce up and down a little bit and kickstand that right knee. So kind of is opening up Like you're opening a book, best book possible, rooting down into the foot. So as you root down into the foot, imagine yourself really solidifying into that foundation, but then engaging the muscles so that you kind of can like feel that rise of energy and not locking the knee out, but engaging the muscles in the leg. Okay, there's a difference. Engaging the core, rolling the shoulders open, well, actually rolling shoulders towards each other, but opening the chest. And then as you have your right knee kickstanded, you can leave it there if that's where you're at for your balance today. You can have your foot in between the knee and the ankle, or you can bring it all the way up. And this side just seems to like that for me these days. So I'm going to stay there. Root down, rise up. Find your drishti, find your focal point. There's no need to look down. Breathing and rooting into that centered and still place. Just for today, we will not be angry. Just for today, we will not worry. Just for today, we will do our work honestly. Just for today, we will be kind to every living thing. And just for today, we will be grateful. As you inhale and exhale, release your tree, and in between all of my balance poses, you shake it out. Shake it out. Take an inhale and exhale, and just kind of feel whatever you feel within your body. Again, there's no right or wrong. There's no trying to fix it. Just feel it. Just allow yourself to feel it, okay? Just for one moment. And then come back, root into the right foot, and let's do tree on the other side. So like I said before, really rooting into the feet, feeling that connection, then engaging the muscles so that you can, just like that sap runs up the trees, drawn up the tree by the warmth of the sun. You feel the sun rising here on Saturday morning. You're rising up into your strength and your rootedness in your tree. Kickstand that left knee open. Find your tree space and root. Drawing the shoulder blades back together, really drawing that left knee open. Sometimes it's helpful to push that foot into the leg and the leg into the foot, so you're kind of getting more of that synergistic motion. Inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and release your tree. Just for today, we will not be angry. Just for today, we will not worry. Just for today, we will do our work honestly. Just for today, we will be kind to every living thing. And just for today, we will be grateful. Come back into your centered twist. Wait, centered pose. Oh, I can feel that really good energy is starting to arise within me, where I'm just like, oh. I hope you're feeling some really good energy to root into centered pose, bend the knees, tuck the pelvis. In the HoopYogini world, we add an affirmation and declaration to our breathing lifts. As you're finding your centered pose, find those beautiful feet that carry you everywhere. Find the muscles in the legs as you bend the knees to support your lower body. Tuck that pelvis towards the navel and zip the navel up towards the solar plexus and the heart, rolling the shoulders up and back so that you can shine your heart, shine your love out into the world. Chin is parallel to the earth, crown is open and receiving, and you are arriving back in the center of your personal universe here in your practice. Inhale and exhale. In the HoopYogini world, our affirmation is life is awesome. The declaration is life is awesome. The affirmation is, oh yes, it is. And so lifting your hoop, inhale and send it out loud. Do it out loud. Life is awesome. Exhale, lower down. Oh yes, it is. Say it out loud. There's magic that happens when we let ourselves speak the truth. Inhale, lift the hoop up. Say it out again, out loud. Life is awesome. Exhale, lower the hoop down. Oh, yes, it is. If there's anybody in your house that doesn't know what you're doing, make them wonder what you're doing at this point. Lift up the hoop. Send out this energy into your whole entire room, Life is awesome. And exhale, lower it down, affirm that, oh yes it is. This time we're gonna send it out into your whole entire living space. Maybe your house, your apartment complex, wherever you're at. Life is awesome. And then exhale, lower it down. Oh yes it is. I can hear my son in the other room yelling too. One more time. Actually, we're gonna do it 2 more times. So inhale, lift it up, send it out to the world. Life is awesome. Exhale, affirm that into every fiber of your being. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And one more time, connecting directly with your higher power. Inhaling, sending out that gratitude. Life is awesome. Exhale, affirm that, feeling the joy that gratitude can bring. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I got goosebumps on that one. Okay, so we are going to do something called an open-hearted circle pass. You can bring your hoop up overhead. This is just a good way to kind of send it out now that we've been kind of centered in the hoop, saying our affirmations. Now let's do a little bit of life is awesome, open-hearted circle passes. So this is what this looks like. It's thumb to thumb, pinky to pinky. Notice my pinkies don't touch all the way, but your palms are always down. Thumb to thumb, pinky to pinky, palms down all the time. And you should have a decent amount of space to work with. I really push my limits here in this room, especially with some of these bigger hoop moves, but I'm still able to do a nice open-hearted circle pass to open my energy and my heart and release, breathe. Go ahead and switch directions this time. As you're breathing, notice how once you kind of get the hang of it, it's like a simple move, but if you're not focused on what you're doing, you will probably drop the hoop or get tripped up. So really focusing in on the passing of the hoop, the energy that it's creating around you. And then go ahead and come into your centered pose again. So once you're in your centered pose and you have yourself rooted, go ahead and find the space where you can hold the hoop against the waist, okay? So you're holding a hoop against the waist, and we're gonna do what's called a schmierkel. So you're holding the hoop on the outside, kind of, you have your hands on the inside, your elbows are bent, and you're going to trace your waist with the hoop using your wrists and the bend of the elbows, okay? I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what that looks like. My hoop is always in contact with my waist as I rotate this around. And if my dogs go nuts, I apologize. My eggs, farm fresh eggs, are being delivered as we speak. Grateful for that. So again, just tracing. You don't have to move. You can stand straight, or if this is really something that you find relatively, easy to do, or maybe it's a bit of a challenge. Either way, sometimes bending as the hoop traces can work really well. And then rotating around in the other direction as well. And finding that schmierkel, that's what this is called. This is a really great way to just kind of fluff your aura, clear your energy, that kind of thing. So coming back into center, step the feet out wide, take a couple more around the worlds, reaching the hoop up overhead, the toes are pointed forward. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold. Just taking a moment as we near the end of the practice to Be really proud of yourself. Couple of around the world in each direction. If it feels good to do like 2 or 3 in one direction and 2 or 3 in the other direction, go ahead and do that. And then find your way back to center. As you inhale and exhale back into centered pose, feel that really beautiful heat that you've generated within your practice today. Feel the spaciousness within your hoop now. Maybe you came to the hoop, came to the center, and it felt a little bit crowded. See if you can feel the spaciousness within the hoop at this point. Root down into the feet, bend the knees, return to your centered pose, return to that posture of present moment awareness where the knees are bent, the muscles are activated in the legs as you tuck the pelvis towards the navel. The heart aligns over the hips, the chin is parallel to the earth, and you're breathing. Feel, observe, no fixing, no comparing. Comparison is the thief of joy. Inhale and exhale and find this quiet and still place within the center of your personal universe. As you inhale and exhale, drop into the heart space, exhale, relax, drop into the heart space. Find a gratitude for today. And with that gratitude, we'll do inspired lifts. Step the foot out to the right, point the left toe back, and lift the hoop up overhead. As you bring the hoop down, turn towards center, and then take your center twist to the opposite direction, pointing that back toe. Inspired lifts. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale, twist. As you do this, focus on that beautiful gratitude that rose up organically from your heart space. Supercharge it with your movement. It's great to sit and meditate, set intentions, repeat affirmations, but when you get your body involved, when you start moving and infusing those intentions and that energy with your body, with your movement, it's like strapping a rocket to that gratitude and just, and you know, whatever we send out, we get back. So send it out, right? Send that gratitude out. That's what we want to be sending out. We sending out that good stuff so we can get back that good stuff. Inhale and exhale just a few more times. You can go at a slower pace at which I am. I am just invigorated this morning, so I'm going fast. One more time. And then pausing, planting the feet, rocking side to side. And then giving yourself a big smile, coming back into your centered pose, rooting down into the feet, bending the knees, tucking the pelvis, aligning the heart over the hips, crown open and receding, chins parallel to the earth. Feel your aliveness, feel that heat that's coursing through your body, creating clear pathways, allowing you to breathe into alignment, relaxing, exhaling into your alignment. As you inhale and exhale, drop back into that quiet and still place. Drop back into your heart center. And find a prayer, a wish, or an intention for today. As you find your prayer, wish, or intention, and you inhale and exhale, letting it bubble up from your heart space, step out to the left side, send it up. And then as you exhale, turn, twist in the other direction, inspire lifts in the other side. As you reach out, make sure you keep the shoulders relaxed. As you twist, make sure you're following the horizon. And here, as you're taking your inspired lifts and your twists, sending that up, sending that intention, that prayer, that wish up, strapped to a rocket because you're using your body along with your energy and your breath. But then also as you twist, release attachment. Release that attachment as you twist. Not worried about how that's going to show up, that prayer, that wish, that intention you're sending up. Not worried about how that's going to work out. You're sending it up so you can surrender it and continue to stay rooted and centered in the now moment, right? Giving it up, sending it up, knowing that you've got it strapped to that rocket with the movement of the body, your intention and your breath are driving it, sending it out so that it can come back, realized, can come back in the way that it was meant to. What you're intending, what you're wishing, what you're praying for will manifest exactly the way that it's supposed to. We have to trust and surrender to that. That is part of the key of navigating change, right? I think so. Plant the feet, sway side to side again. Come back into centered pose. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Root them down into the earth. Activate through the legs, bend the knees, tuck the pelvis, glide the heart over the hips. Crown is open and receiving. You're breathing in and out. Your eyes are closed, and you are fully present in the now moment in the center of your personal universe. As you are here, I want you to breathe fully from your feet to your crown and then back down and out again. Keep breathing deeply as you are rooted in your centered pose. Goddess of the sacred pause, please grant me the courage to lay aside swiftness and take up slowness, to embrace limitations as learning, silence as stabilizing, waiting as worthy, and sitting as divine. Goddess of the sacred pause, help me to know stillness as strength, patience as powerful, and healing time as holy necessity. Take an inhale and an exhale out here in this sacred pause. On your next inhale, lift the hoop up. Bring the hoop up overhead. Take a nice forward fold, but then bring the hoop down to the earth. Plant your fingertips to help support you and come down into a child's pose. So if it's possible for you, if child's pose is not possible for you, then just stay standing in your centered pose. So your choices here, yogi's choice, stay standing in centered pose or find yourself into a child's pose in your hoop. As you are in your child's pose in your hoop, then surrender deeply into this now moment. Surrender into gratitude for yourself, for showing up for a practice. Stay here and breathe for a few more moments. Breathing in and out. If I could weave a giant web of my heart that's broke in pieces, I would spin a tapestry to toss over the remaining species. Big enough and wide enough and tough enough to deflect the heartless, mindless march of death perpetrated by my own kind. If I could like and click and share a million warnings from this machine, it would be but a ripple in the web, largely gone unseen. If I could plant a million trees with my grandchildren still eat, if I can weave this web with you, we may not face defeat. rising out of your child's pose and either finding your easy seated position within your hoop, or maybe you're still standing in your centered pose. Wherever you're at the finish of this practice is beautiful. Take a moment to breathe. If it feels appropriate for you to stand up, then do that. Either holding the hands at prayer or holding the hoop in your hands at prayer. Take a few inhales and exhales. As you inhale, the hoop up overhead, and then draw back down into heart center. We close our practice today as you have toned the core, strengthened the spine, alleviated physical and mental tension, created a beautiful space and a beautiful new beginning for yourself. Be proud of you. You showed up. Navigating change from a rooted and grounded place. May we be safe and protected. May we be healthy and nourished. May we love and be loved, and may we truly be happy. May your practice bring you peace, and may you share this peace with the world. Namaste. Okie dokie. That's it. That's all. That is a wrap. See, no waist hooping. It's so good. But if you continue to show up for practice in the month of September and coming up in October, this is the only Saturday I'll do here in September, but in October, I have a series coming up. It'll be every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 and Saturday morning Central Standard Time. Then I'm also adding a Thursday morning sunrise SAS. So that'll be from 7 to 7:30 Central Standard Time in the morning on Thursdays. I believe that starts this week. And so you can come in every Thursday and do the Spinal Awakening series, which is, we did several of those components within the practice today. And then you can join me on Saturdays in October for more practices just like this. And today we didn't take any time really for some alchemy and flow. A lot of times I'll throw on a tune and I'll have a couple of moves to practice and flow through. So yeah, I would love to see you in a live Zoom practice coming up here in September or October. So that's it. That's all. I am so happy to have been able to share practice with you. I am so happy to, my body, my energy is really happy right now. I'm just like, and my belly is also like, hey, you need to feed me now. You need to feed me. We did what you needed us to do, so you need to feed me. So anyways, may your practice bring you peace. May you share this peace with the world. And remember, the only constant thing that we can count on is change. And so learning how to navigate change from a grounded and centered place so that you can be out in the world in a way that is authentic, a way that is responsive instead of reactive, and showing up in the ways that we need you in this world. Those are all benefits of coming to a practice so that you can navigate change. The only thing that's constant. Okay.